Okay, hello guys. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, all good, all good. All good. Uh, anyway, Nora, how many people do we got today?
Oh, we got about 5 or 6 people.
Oh, okay, that's good because I have another live for High Impact News. Because right now we
Okay.
are at News Core PCE. So maybe I'm gonna leave in the next 30 minutes. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, sure. It's okay.
Yeah, there's a news going on right now, so I have to try.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah.
Okay, due to the time, I think we can start and wait for other guests. Right. Okay, hello everyone. It's Nora, and I'm super excited to be hosting today's Crypto Market Insight session with our awesome guest. We've got some fantastic guests joining us today to share their thoughts on what's happening in this market. As your host, I'll be leading us through a fun, thought-provoking conversation that's gonna be both informative and engaging. So, whether you've been around crypto for years or you're just getting started, sit back, relax, and join us for what promised to be really interesting discussion. We'll be talking about this week's market performance, key trends, and the hottest topics. We're live right now on the CoinW Live channel and also streaming on CoinW's YouTube channel at the same time. So come hang out with us, drop your thoughts, questions, or anything about the market specific coins in the comment. Our guest will pick a few and answer them live. Well, I'll mention that guys can join the CoinW official community to claim the 20 USDT rewards. Okay, and in this part, we would like our guest to share your market insights on any crypto tokens you want to talk about. Please feel free to share the screen to let us watch your charts. Okay, first one, let's hear from Jay.
All right, guys, give me a sec. Mhm. All right. Okay. I think I shared my screen.
Yes,
Uh,
but I didn't see it now.
how about now? Okay. Yeah. All right. So, uh as much as I want to long because Bitcoin been bouncing 78, but I think we need to come down a little bit, just a little bit, because tonight our news on core PCE is kind of hot, and last night was the last day of Jerome Powell. So over 8 years, he been doing the FOMC, and I've been ups and down. It's been nice with Jerome Powell. So the next meeting will be the new Fed chairman, which is not him anymore. So yeah, and right now let's move on and think Bitcoin is it's going to come around this area because from what I see here, we got like information level one drops, retracement level two, so one more level, level three. So if I connect this to the daily, because it's been hard to be honest for me also, it's been a hard week, like fucking shit week. But after this, guys, it's gonna be like wow, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I think markets will be like a little bit, not a little bit, like a whole month. So May for me is a bull for me until June. So June I have to be careful because when this thing happen, I think I'm gonna start building again on Sunday. So I never trade on Sunday, but I'm gonna build lot of position on Sunday because I cannot tell you guys, but Monday I think it's going to be pump. How do I know it? Because of the moon phase. It's hard to tell you guys. It's hard to explain, but Monday is going to pump. And my target it's going to be to this area 84, 88, 90. So this is we are making a crazy bull trap. So on the weekly side, all we want is sorry, the 2 week side. This is this is all I want from the 2 weeks. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit like slowly. This is the A around this area. Look at this color. This is liquidity. All right, and C after. So that's what I want. ABC correction. But right now we are at A. That's why this could be a crazy bull trap on the 2 weeks time frame. A, B, and C. For the C, it could be this one, the rainbow color, because the rainbow is always gave the higher liquidity, or this one. But this is my first target for the C. But for the B, this is one. So by the Monday, I'm gonna long like crazy on Monday, and I'm gonna low. I'm gonna run away. No, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna run away on this shit. But I'm gonna short like crazy on June. So that's my that's my plan, to be honest. So you get it for free, but I hope it could help you guys. I know the market has been sucks, but look at this. We've been pumping like crazy, and I've been profit a lot since this low. No pumping roll from the 1st April, and running up, running up. But look at this. Look at the 3 days, and look at the Delta. The Delta is still plus, guys. This is cumulative from Delta. The Delta is still plus. Everything's still fine. This is the open interest, and still not minus. So, so, so they're still building up for the next move, crazy move up because everything is still plus, still not minus. So somehow this thing going to break, but on the intraday and the weekly swings, I don't think this thing gonna pop up right now because we got the bad news today. And if I connect this dot to this dot, all right, if we cannot break this down sloping trend line, another down, another down for today until the weekend. And I got economical geopolitical bias on how the Strait of Hormuz is going to play. And oh shit, I forgot to I forgot to show you my camera. What up, guys? So I think they're gonna end. The oil price is been like crazy shit right now. So oh shit, my short is I got my short. All right, I got my short on oil. So this is my oil. Don't try this at home. I'm shorting oil. Man, fuck oil. So when oil is crashing below 100, fuck guys, crypto, gold, shitcoin, altcoin is going to pump. So that's why I'm aiming uh I'm aiming use soil to go down 70 until this gaps. And when this gap happens, which is around June, because so many country will be like worrying like the price will pumping again. So they're gonna load up so much oil on here. So when all over country like Philippines and other country that they don't have an oil research, they're gonna buy like crazy. And when they buy like crazy, so what's gonna happen? The oil price will rise again, and when oil price rising again, all the high risk assets such as gold, crypto will be down like crazy. So that's why it's related with my C correction, with my plan, with my 2 weeks master plan. So remember, guys, A, B, and C correction. So when gold dump, when oil dump, we go to the B on the 2 weeks Bitcoin, and then when oil pumping again, we go down on Bitcoin to making the C correction on the Bitcoin 2 weeks time frame. All right, guys, thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks for Jay. And Jay, I think you can take your time. You can join another AMA now. Yeah. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Well, next one, let's hear from Priya.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Um, yeah, so today market is, this weekend, previous weeks of market is so interesting to watch. Right now, so while I'm looking, the overall market is in a consolidation phase right now. So, with the Bitcoin, which is leading the direction as usual. Already it was failed to broke the resistance level on 79. It's closer to 80K again. It was trying to move to the same level when it breaks about and that, and that's going to be the big day for the crypto as well because something is loading um into the cryptocurrency. So because the Bitcoin is currently it's just trading near a key level, which I'm watching, and we're also seeing that some sideways movement. Usually, this usually means the market is preparing for the next big move. So either a breakout or a short-term correction. I think the correction was keep on happening. So what I expect is the market is going to give a breakout so sooner. So if Bitcoin also manages to break above its resistance level, and we could also see that the strong bullish momentum was coming in. So that some other coins are already showing up. It's best every day. Some other coins are moving so fast. So, but at the same time, if the Bitcoin also fails to hold the support level, because the support currently we have seen that support was in 74, closer to 75, and Yeah, it's above in a 70K range, right? So if it's failed to um, hold the support, some small pullback is also very likely. It may also happen. So but most probably I won't expect that BTC to break the support level because people are so stronger right now. There is something bigger happening. So I hope that the BTC won't break below 70K. That's a support level. And yeah, when it comes to the altcoins, they are mostly following the Bitcoin's trend. Yeah, that all the time we are seeing. So every time when I look into that coins when compared to the Bitcoin, everything is closely likely moving with the same trend. And as well, some other coins are likely they are moving so big when even if the BTC is dropping, we can't expect that the others to drop more this time. So something is moving in a background. So that I wanted to share that. So we are not seeing a strong independent moves yet for the other altcoins as well. So which also shows that the market is still in a cautious mode. Once Bitcoin confirms the direction, altcoins will likely react quickly. Maybe, yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I think in this May itself, so from next month, we can see the big changes I'm looking for. So now, looking at the overall sentiment, what the market is look like is it's a mix of caution and opportunity. So who are not had use the opportunity before, now there is a bigger opportunity. I think so. Traders are waiting for the confirmation rather than the jumping in early. So I think you guys got the point. So the smart strategy right now, what I think is simple, so simple because avoid the over leverage one, because the people who used to trade in the futures, they used to make a more leverage to take a very fastest and a higher level of profit level. But anytime the market may fluctuate, right? So we can't predict that the fluctuations are sometime the liquidity also happens. So that's the only thing which I wanted you guys to avoid. So wait for the clear breakouts hard breakdowns and always manage your risk properly. And even though you can hold mute even very short term period itself, you're gonna grab your big amount of profit. I think so. So yeah, that's what I think about the market today. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks for insights. Then we hear from Crypto Minister. Okay, Minister, can you hear me? Is there any network issue? Yeah, you didn't open your microphone.
Jam guys. Nice to be on the call today. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, great.
All right, let's start from Ethereum. Let's go to the 1 day chart. I'm going to be sharing a little breakdown of what the market has been doing so far and lately. If you can see, over time, the market has reacted from a demand level over here. And now I think the little reactions we've seen so far has been influenced by a lot of economic factors. We talk about the war, the closure and reopening of Strait of Hormuz, the sentiment from Trump, and I think as of yesterday, I think there was some news from about FOMC, so this influencing the market reactions and the market order flow. So, and I think we've drawn this resistance level for a long time, and it is good to see market reacting to it. Though I think at some point in time, I think when Donald Trump announced the reopening of Strait of Hormuz week a few days off, so I think about a week ago, the market tried to break out of it. ADP we successfully broke out of this 2004 to 2005. It's like the market would have gone to this area that is about 2009 to 3K. But with the direction we are currently seeing, you can see that the market is now trading below the range. So most likely the market again might come down a little bit, if especially if there is more sellers playing the game, probably because the momentum for buying might gradually start coming low. And we must not forget that the sentiment generally in the market is that we are currently diving more into the bear market season. So let's talk about the technical view of how the market is going to be on lower time frames where people can take opportunity to sell. On a very short level, we have a demand zone over here around 2000, I think 2000, 2190 or thereabouts. That is a new possible demand zone. And also we have another demand zone over here that is around 2100. Yeah, I think so 2090 to 2100. And I think and this last demand zone. So just like the way I drew it before this session, the market also has broken this long time trend line over here. And this trend line is a trend line I drew on the higher time frame 4 hours, and the market has been respecting it for quite a while now. So breaking that trend line plus the market reacting from a resistance and level most likely indicates that the market is gradually trying to break to the downside. Now let's come to let's try to apply other convenience on a very short market level. There is a change of character right now, indicating that most likely the market is no more creating scenes of higher highs, higher lows again, and most likely we might start seeing trends like this. So let me try to indicate over here. We start seeing trends like lower high, lower low. Now we've broken another lower high again. Lower low rather. So most likely the markets might come again to continue to give us another series of lower highs, lower lows, and we keep reacting to each of these zones, because now we must not forget the story behind our analysis that the market is currently reacting to a resistance zone and it has broken a long time trend line. Coming. So this same narrative, if you check most other peers, you see it like that. Normally the crypto market follows the BTC order flow. So that is that. I think on Ethereum. So mostly on Ethereum, I'm going to wait for the market to. I'm expecting. Let me use the word. I'm expecting that the market is going to, in the next few weeks, coupled with economic news like global news. Don't know what the Trump people have for us for this new week. So I'm going to be expecting that even in case we have a pump in the market, probably the pump is to clear this last high as liquidity um, to pilot the next move to the downside, because this is a new order block. So I'll definitely go to lower time frame to see if there's opportunity. So for the meantime, I'm going to be making close observation to what the market has for us. So this is going to be my next set to the next demand zone. But currently, if you see the current retracement that is happening gradually, 1 to 2 candles, you can see the momentum for the buys is extremely low. Even from the candles, we can all see that the candles are shrinking. So well, then let's see how it goes. But to my own opinion, and if I'm going to wait for a candle confirmation before I place my sell limit, so most likely before I get the confirmation on lower time frame, my stop loss is going to be probably slightly above that, then I'm going to sell. So when the market gets to this next demand zone, if I get to see that the demand and the momentum from the candlestick is not really giving that more buyers are trying to come into the market, then I'll keep selling, just keep adding to my position till I sell downward to around 2,000 to 1,990. But of course, this is just like a larger overview of how the market might likely play out for the next couple of weeks or months to come. Because if you check this movement that we had over here, this higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. It has happened for weeks now. Then let me check. It started since March. I think it started since March and started since March and now it is moving. And this is I think tomorrow is going to be April 1st, May 1st, and that has happened for quite a while. So I'm going to be expecting what the market is going to do for the next couple of 1 to 2 months. So it's a long-term analysis. But now since I have the bias for the next 1 week, so the rest of my analysis on lower time frame, so that is I will be looking for more sell positions than buy positions on Ethereum. I'll be looking for more sell position. And one thing about trend line is that once the trend line is broken, the trend line becomes areas of liquidity where a lot of retail traders and stop losses most likely are there. So that is one of the conference I'm going to have to my buyers to keep shorting the market to the end of this trading trend. Let me see to the next demand zone. So same story, same pattern. Most likely I'm going to be repeating on BTC and other markets. Look at BTC, for example. So, okay, let me go to 4 hours. I'm going to try to make it faster, sorry. So look at BTC. BTC reacted to this long-time supply zone I've marked for a very long time. Let me try to trace it so you can see. You can see the market go to that place. The market with this red indication saying that this is a place of concern. The market gets to the place. Plus, we had a double top in this place. This is double top indicating that most likely there might be pressures to sell. This is the first top and this is the second top, indicating that most likely we are going to have it there. So a reaction to a resistance level, like a supply zone, double top plus a trend line break. This trend line has been existing since the start of April, more like that of Ethereum. And finally, we are going to we've already broken it. And now after the break of the trend line, we had a retest of the trend line over here. Everything aligning that the market most likely is about to start trending downward. But right now, we can see the little reaction happening. The market is only reacting to this short-term demand zone over here, which I am very most certain anything can happen in the market in this can come. I'm very certain that it's just a mere reaction to gather more liquidity from retail traders, and perhaps because today is Friday, I don't know, so I'm hoping I'm looking forward that most likely the market, since it has reacted to this, it has given us a lot of confidence to most hope for more sales. The markets might break down to start to react to the next demand, which is around 71K. Then we keep on respecting each demand zone. So for every next demand zone we have, I'm going to be waiting for the next market reaction on lower time frame before I take my buyer. So for now too, my buyers on BTC moving forward, unless proven otherwise, with some new happening in the market, I'm also going to keep selling to the downside. So I think that is that I have on BTC. I don't really have much on Solana actually, so I'll ask speakers can drop one or two opinion, but I'm on a short position on Solana. I've been on it for quite a while now, so it has been ranging. So same buyers on BTC, Ethereum, and almost every pair. I think I caught the retest over here, a small retest over here. So and I've been the trade. So let's see how it goes. So I think that is all I have. So thank you for listening. Thank you.
Minister. Well, next one, let's hear from Paris Fine. Okay, part fine. I can't hear you. Okay. Can you speak? Yes, I can't hear your voice. Is there any network issue because I can't hear your voice? Yes. Well, I think you can change the network or device. Still not. Wow, I think we can dive into the question part. And part five, I think you can change the device of your microphone. Yeah, I think this is a problem. Okay, guys, this part we have some questions for our traders. Well, the question one is after the extension of the US Iran ceasefire agreement, uh, Bitcoin quickly broke through 78K, coupled with advancement of ETF applications by institutions such as Goldman Sachs and continued net flows. What micro and on-chain factors are causing BTC to clearly diverge from traditional risk assets and develop an independent bull run? Okay, and for this question, let me first invite Priya.
Am I audible?
Yes, with question one.
Yeah. So, okay. So, yeah, Bitcoin was about 78K. Just mainly, what I think is it's driven by the institutional inflows, um, and also the supply squeeze. With this ETF momentum from the players like Goldman, so that I'm seeing there is steady price incentive demand entering the market. So that's what I think, because at the same time, on-chain data shows a reduced exchange supply and strong long-term holder accumulation as well. So which also tightens the available liquidity. So this creates a strong imbalance with raising demand was a shrinking supply as well. So allowing Bitcoin to decouple from the traditional risk assets and move into an independent bullish trend. So uh, strong ETF inflows as well plus a shrinking supply that gives Bitcoin decoupling and trending independently. So I think this too may run that the um, Bitcoin to decouple and trending independently. I think so. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for your answer. Then we hear from okay, part one.
All right, can you hear me now? I'm so sorry about that. I don't know.
Yes, we can hear. I think you can do the market insight first, then answer the
Okay,
question.
All right. I would not be able to share my screen because I had to change from my system to my phone, so I might not be able to share my screen. But I have a few insights on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. So from for Bitcoin, actually, from last week into this week, we saw a price increase from 74,000 to 78,000. So there was a trend line set up that could have been capitalized on from last week, and actually the trend line was from 0.68,000. I wish I can share my screen right now, but I don't know what is wrong with the mic. But carrying on, the trend line was from 0.68,000, touching around 70, 600. So upon drawing it out into the price action on Monday, 20th of April, I could have taken a buy trade, especially when the trade line was in agreement with a valid support level at 73,700. So upon the rejection of both the support level and also the trend line, a buy trade could have been taken all the way up to 78,000. So personally, I did not take this trade because I was on Ethereum trade also at that point. So I was trying to manage my risk. I was trying to manage my risk, and moving forward now, the same valid trend lane has been broken. So I'm waiting for a Sorry, hold on. Let me see. All right, so I'm waiting for a retest at 77,000 to sell Bitcoin. Actually, nothing really much on Bitcoin because I've not really been trading Bitcoin, but for Ethereum, it is quite synonymous to Bitcoin. For me, I would like to look at taking longs on Ethereum because as at yesterday we saw the quick dump on Ethereum. It got all the way to 2,200 thereabouts. I would like it to currently is in 2,260, fluctuating between 2,260 and 2,265. But I'd like it to, drop back to 2 just to capitalize on that quick retracement that could, potentially happen. So I have a strong support level at 2 for Ethereum. So if I get a good rejection, I will take a short time buy trade just to capitalize on the retracement, or I will take a long term buy trade. Sorry, I'll take a long term buy trade on Ethereum just to capitalize on the retracement. All right, so looking at Ethereum for the daily time frame too, I expect it to also drop when Bitcoin drops, and because of the current ceasefire news that we've heard, we're expecting the market. We don't know how the market is going to move, but I'm expecting the market to drop a bit more because I expect all the points on the trend line drawn on Bitcoin to be taken out. So I think Ethereum might also drop after the retracement to 2-2 or 2-1. And we really cannot predict how far the market goes. So it might even drop below that all the way to 2000 level. And another coin that I've been looking at, although not really trading, is Solana. Solana is the other trade I'm looking at, and it has been consolidating for a long time right now. It has been consolidating for a long time, especially after the move it did at the beginning of the month. That is the beginning of April. From at the beginning of April, actually, it went all the way from okay, I'm just going to check that to confirm, all the way from like 80 something all the way down to 70 something. So for it also, I'll be expecting price to make some retracement to I'll be expecting price to drop more actually before going back up for Solana. I've not really traded Solana, and I don't really have much, but I'm still, analyzing the Solana market. Although I don't really see a good confirmation on Solana, I don't really see a good trade on Solana. But I'm still analyzing the Solana chart to see if there'll be a good entry for a sell or a buy. Another trade that I've been looking at is BCH, and we've seen how BCH has done in the past few days too, ever since the market dropped on the 22nd of April, BCH moved all the way from $469 down to 453. And this is actually not the first time that, when BCH wants to go up, it goes all the way up, and when it wants to drop, it does the same thing too. So I'm looking for a buy entry on BCH, but I still expect price, like I said earlier, I expect price for all coins to drop between today and during the weekend too, for me to have a very good entry price on the coins. So I'll still take a trade on Ethereum and also BCH. I think that's basically what I have on the market analysis. Okay, so you said I should answer the question. That's the question one, right, Nora?
Yes, the question one.
Okay, all right. So what macro and on-chain factors are causing BTC to clearly diverge from traditional risk assets and develop an independent bull run? All right, so my take on this is factors like Bitcoin being driven by liquidity flows and supply constraints, which basically means money is being pumped into it, so there is limited supply, so this is one of the factors that I guess, and this is one of the strong factors, making Bitcoin diverge. Another factor would be the ETF lock away. Some people lock down their Bitcoin to probably take out their money in the future. Bitcoin is not just a risk and asset anymore. It is now a scarce asset, with rising demand and falling supply. So this makes it look like an independent bull run. I don't know. I think I answered that question already.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for clarifying. And for this question, then we hear from Minister.
Oh, all right. I think it is not far-fetched. One of the things that moves the market is when there is positive news. So, and literally everybody were expecting that the US and Iran ceasefire agreement was going to work out, because there's no reason like saying that properties, global markets is being disturbed. And of course, that was a very nice addition to other macro factors that would have pushed the market. And coupled with the fact that currently we can see gold is struggling to move above 5K. So I think more investors currently are buying BTC, are investing in crypto, especially BTC. Plus the confirmed news that Iran is charging BTC at I think for every ship allowed to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Currently they are still in charge. They are in charge of the I think of the channel through which ships carrying oil are passing, and nations are paying in thousands of dollars, like a toll gate charge. So I think these are one of the factors that pushed the market. But beyond the charges or not, sentiment pushes the financial market. So I believe that the sentiment that the market, there is now a ceasefire and all of that, that relatively peace is going to be back to the global economy. So, and of course we could see that the market reacted to it. And I think beyond while the ceasefire agreement was reached and the market pushed higher, and we could see that oil price crashed. Oil price, yeah, it crashed downward, and these are something. It is very very clear. So, and I think we can't say we can't say that could factor in bull run. Or what I can just feel like is that everybody wants to see the end of the old shit in the midway. So perhaps if we get to see that probably that end in the war anytime soon, perhaps before the year runs out, so I can say, probably the market might seize the opportunity to achieve a very short time and higher milestone, probably for just the market to rebalance, and for top investors that bought probably at higher prices to take profits probably.
Okay, great. Thanks for answers. And we dive into the question two. Also, Bitcoin is oscillating around the 78K level. The institutional adoption speed of stablecoins and RWAs has far exceeded expectations. Does this mean that the core narrative for the crypto market in 2026 has already shifted from price speculation to real world financial infrastructure? Okay, this question we talk about the RWA, the real world financial infrastructure. First one, let's hear from Priya.
Yeah, about the price speculation. So what I think is it's not fully shifted. But my point of view, I think it was clearly evolving. So because in this 2026, this is actually look like a transition phase. Even a stable coins and real world assets, those are scaling fast, bringing the real world utility and institutional relevance into the crypto, which I'm think so. Even the same time we have to look into that bitcoin is still driving liquidity and the market direction. That also means the price speculation hasn't disappeared. So it's just being layered with the real infrastructure. That's what I think. So we are moving from a purely speculative market to a hybrid model, so where the speculation drives the momentum and the real world financial use cases like stablecoins and the real world assets are provide will provide long term sustainability. So crypto hasn't shifted from the speculation to utility. It's combining both, and also that that's what making this cycle stronger, I think. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for Priya. Then we hear from Parsify. Okay, Parsify, are still here, or we can invite crypto minister first. Okay.
All right. So I think yes, actually, because a lot of people have already adopted it, and just like the question asked, actually, it said big institutions has already started investing in Bitcoin. So yes, actually, I agree that it has shifted from price speculation to real world financial infrastructure. So my answer to the question is yes, I think so.
Okay, thanks for Parsify. Then crypto minister, can you answer this question?
Well, I'm going to say probably it's still it's gradually becoming or let me say it's a gradual process because we are still in I think we are still in Q. We just this is the second tomorrow will be the second month of Q2. Though the indications are quite correct, though there's still we don't have a total reward. We don't have a total institutional adoption yet, but I can still say it's a positive one for the crypto market. So little bit I'm going to a little bit I agree with the notion. I agree with the notion. So with that we can start to see more confidence and more interest in the crypto market. And of course, like I always say, sentiment drives the market from there. It's something very nice. Price action for the crypto market.
Yes, sure. Great. Then, guys, we dive into the last question with Ethereum spectral upgrade approaching, and prices continue to accumulate ETH, while Solana's DeFi and meme ecosystems remain extremely active. Does this signal that Layer 1 dominance is undergoing a major reshuffle, or is ETH simply experiencing a short-term rebound after being oversold? Okay, let's talk about the ETH now. First, let's hear from Freya.
Yeah, next question. So So this upgrade, so I get to know about the Petra upgrade nearly 2 years ago already. I have heard about it. So it's not a full reshuffle yet. So it's more of a rotation within the layer ones, I think. So yeah, it is getting Ethereum. Always, it's getting stronger support from the Petra upgrade narrative and the steady enterprise accumulation as well. So which also explains the rebound from the oversold conditions. So what I personally think is even at the same time. So as we are talking about the Ethereum at the same time, Solana is also dominating in the high activity sectors like decentralized finance and the memes as well, so, which capturing the retail liquidity and the faster trading flows as well. So what we are seeing is a capital rotating based on the use case. The Ethereum for the infrastructure and institutional confidence, and the Solana for the speed and retail-driven ecosystem. I think so. This we can compare both. With the Ethereum, we can say it as has infrastructure and institutional confidence. And when it comes to the Solana, as I told, it's a speed and a retail-driven ecosystem. So um everything sometimes it's all sorts of the liquidity based stuff, so this is a healthy competition, not a dominance shift, I think so. Thank you.
Yes, right, right. Thanks for prayer. Then we hear from Persfine.
The Ethereum strength is a mix of structural demand and also a rebound from oversold levels. While so I think the price surge also reflects retail driven activities. So basically, the layer one dominance is sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so the layer one dominance is fragmenting by use case rather than fully shifting from Ethereum to Solana. I really don't have much on this, but I think that's the few thing I have to say on this question.
Okay, sure. The last one we hear from Crypto Minister. Well, I can't hear your voice. Is there any issues?
Can you hear me like this?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Oh, okay. I said since the past like about 5 years ago, DeFi on Solana has been thriving quite well, and then the addition of meme coin, of course, I agree, has been very active. Though lately we've seen some reduction in investors' participation in meme coin due to the sentiment of some rug and pull. But then, if we should talk about the Ethereum picture upgrade gradually approaching. Well, one thing about upgrade is that, of course, it is meant to add positive. It is meant to add like a positive value, let me put it that way, into that particular project, and everybody has actually been expecting that. Okay, what is layer one doing? Because of course, the market of before like 2 years ago, layer one is one of the layer one is one of the sector that is that was dominating, but currently things are not really going much well. So I believe that the Ethereum Spectra upgrade, gradually we are going to see that um, we might most likely see. I'm talking from a fundamental point of view. We might most likely see like a rebound for Ethereum as more attention most likely which might shift to the Ethereum ecosystem depending on how well it is managed by the Ethereum team. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for our three guests. Well, thank you all for joining us today. I believe today's live stream was especially valuable given the current market conditions. Please stay tuned to CoinW and our distinguished guests for more updates. Don't forget to follow their Twitter accounts as they will continue to share valuable insights and analysis on the crypto market. Okay, stay safe, take care, and manage your positions wisely. Okay, this is the time for today. Thank you, guys.